Show secretary, and it's a bit of a family affair when it comes to the Kennedys and the Finley Show. She joins us now. Hello, Carol. How are you?
Morning, Matt. I'm well, thank you.
That's good, and thank you for talking to us bright and early, because you must have had a very big day yesterday, and I've robbed you of a sleep in.
No sleep in. It's clean-up day today, Matt. Everybody be back there to clean up.
Well, it sounds like there might be a bit to clean up in a good way, because I gather it all went very well for you.
Oh, it did. It was an excellent day. The big crowd, and we're really, really pleased with it all. The community always supports us, so it's good.
And the weather was relatively kind, because we did think it might blow in a bit more and rain a bit more, perhaps, than it did.
Yeah, well, it was only a bit of a shower, wasn't much. The wind, we did whip up a bit of a dust occasionally, but it was a bit of a cool wind, but in the end, no, it was a brilliant day, yeah.
All right.
The weather was kind.
Yeah, and you had the former Deputy Prime Minister, Tim Fischer, opening proceedings, so Tim reckons it was his first show opening in quite a while. You should feel honoured.
Oh, no, we were, yeah.
He'd come out of retirement, he said, to open.
Yeah, he has been to Finley a few times over the years, but no, It was fantastic to have him back, and he spoke well and said some lovely things about us, so no, we were really pleased to have him there.
All right, now I mentioned 100 years, so is that 100 shows, or like 100 years since, was it a 1917 start for the...
No, 1913 start.
Okay.
We missed a few shows over the war years and a drought year.
All right, so it was actually the 100th show.
Yes, 100.
All right, now I mentioned it's a family affair. Your husband Keith, he's the president of the Show Society, and your daughter Victoria, she's on the committee and put the book together.
She did, yes. She spent some months on that, reading old newspapers and minutes, and put it all together in a lovely book. Lots of photos. It's really a credit to him. We're really proud. Yeah.
Yes, and some good stories, I would imagine.
Yes.
And
people are enjoying that and looking back through things that they didn't know or forgotten. Lots of old cases in there. And it's a lovely read.
Yeah, well, our region has a great history with shows, don't they? And it's always been a real backbone, and not always an easy thing, particularly in more recent years. Has it been? Has it been hard work keeping the local shows going, do you reckon, Carol?
Well, some show societies are struggling, but we're not. We have a strong committee, and we've got some new young members on board now. So, no, we're soldiering on. We're doing quite well, but unfortunately other show societies do struggle.
Yeah. And, just yesterday, any particular highlights for you from the day?
I don't know. The grand parade was really great. And Tim and the opening our show. No, look, overall, it was the whole show. It's always fantastic. And, I think I can't really pinpoint anything in particular.
Well, I was going to say, Carol, you'd be sort of, you'd be head down, tail up all day.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm in the office.
You probably don't get a great chance to actually see a lot of it happen, do you?
No, I do manage to duck out a couple of times, but no, I don't see a lot. What I do see, it's great, yeah.
All right, and I guess now that it's not all over. You've got the clean-up today. And
that's right.
When does work start on, and I don't want to make you shudder here, because you probably don't want to think about the Finley Show 2018, but when does work get underway on that?
Oh, probably nearly straight away. People are talking about next year already and changes for the show schedule, and it doesn't take long before we kick off again. We have our monthly meetings.
Yep.
Okay. Any meetings.
And of course, it would have to be the first show of the spring season, wouldn't it? I
think so, yes, I believe it is.
I haven't missed anyone. Were there any other shows on yesterday, on the weekend, or anything you're aware of?
Yeah, somewhere up New South Wales, I know there was one. Naranja's on Saturday. We always follow Naranja.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there'll be a lot on the Victorian side of the border as well.
Yeah, they're all kicking off now, yeah.
Very good. And, Carol, if people want to get a hold of a copy of the book, what should they do? What's the book called, by the way?
There you got me.
All right, let's just say it's Finley Show.
Here we go. It's called 100 Shows, 104 Years, A History of the Finley A&P Association. And they can get a copy at the Southern Riverina News Office. They'll be available there.
All right, very good. Now, Carol, look, I'm glad it all went well for you, and yesterday, and I'm glad the weather held up for you as well, just as importantly. And congratulations to you and your family and everyone involved in putting putting on the Finley Show, and to all our show societies, we should say, shouldn't we, that organising their shows, a lot of them still to be held, but a lot of hard work goes into them, as you can no doubt attest.
Yes, hard work, but we love doing it all, and we love doing it for the community.
All right.
Yeah.
Carol, great to chat to you, and we'll let you get on with the cleaning up today. Hope that goes all right, and we'll might chat again another time.
Yes, thank you very much, Matt.
Good
Great
on you,
talking
Carol.
to you.
That's
Thank
great.
you.
Carol Kennedy there from Finley Secretary of the Finley Show Society, or maybe it's called the Agricultural, and sometimes they have different names, but in any case, a job well done on the weekend. You're on ABC Goulburn Murray. We're pushing towards 7 o'clock.